Good morning, all. This is Jack from Charting the Markets, and this is the pre-market webinar for the morning of Thursday, the 2nd of January. My disclaimer, I do this for educational purposes only. I'm here to share my technical analysis with you. I hope you can take some of what I'm doing and learn from it, transfer to your own charts. I'm not here to issue trading signals. Right, Happy New Year, everyone. It is a bright new year, and it's going to be very interesting this year, I think. Not quite sure which way the market's going to go this year, but it's going to be interesting whichever way it goes. It's all right. Okay, what have we got overnight? Well, we've got a pretty interesting looking setup on ES here, which I'm watching with enormous interest, and that is that we went and made a marginal lower low short term, not on for the main retracement, but for against the last small low, and we set up a very little double bottom that broke up and made target. That has brought us to resistance on a larger double bottom, which is at the monthly pivot. Resistance of the monthly pivot at 59.93, and if we see a break up from that, then we would have a target. Hang on, what would that be? 36. We've got a target potentially which could get us back into the 56.30 area. So watching this with great interest. Sorry, 60.30 area, and watching this with great interest, but of course the weekly pivot is at 60.33. I think that's doable, and we may do that this morning. We do have bullish leading stats on the first day of the year and second, I think. So we will see how that goes. This rally might have a shot. Actually, that's not true, is it? Hang on, wait a second. Yeah, it might have a shot, but where would it go? Wait a second. All right, the main pattern, actually, no, that would have been targeting about the 60-70 area. Sorry, still a bit sleepy, guys. All right, okay, NQ. NQ, we got a potential level bottom there too. It's not as nice, but it is just as valid. RTY. RTY, we don't have that, and it looks like we could have an inverted head shoulders, but it's kind of ugly, but it is legitimate. And we've got that breaking up at the moment. That could get us back up into the monthly pivot area, 23.13 or a little higher. YM, no current divergence here, no obvious pattern either, but it may well get dragged up by the others, obviously, if they go. DAX and ESTX, both of these have potential flags, which are bear flags, which are broken down, but I'm wondering whether this might be A, B, C, and we see another high before we go down. If we were to see that, then, well, at the moment, we wouldn't necessarily get up to this high here in the 6110 area, but we could be looking at an ABC. We could still potentially be looking at a retest of this high, which would be another alternative in terms of retesting and forming a reversal pattern. I am expecting to see lower. It isn't necessarily going to be right now. Looking at SPX, we've got, on the 15-minute, we've got pretty decent looking double bottom there too, short term, and obviously this is going to be at resistance this morning. We will see how that goes. On the hourly chart, we've still got an RSI 14 buy signal, which never quite made target, and we've got a possible RSI 5 buy signal brewing. And on the daily chart, the daily middle band, if we should reach it, is at 60.09, and we've got, hang on, wait a second, let's just put that there. So, all right, let's just put the ES chart there. And we got the with the daily middle band is at 60.79 on SPX, and this would potentially get us there if we break up from it. So we will see how that goes. All right, looking at Qs. Qs, we're at the daily lower band. Hourly chart, we've got an RSI 14 buy signal fix, so we could resolve some outstanding positive divergence here. We've got an RSI 14 buy signal fixed on the 15-minute as well. Dia, haven't got a buy signal fixed there. We've got one fixed on the RSI 14. It's got a shot. I am wondering about this rally here. If we see a sustained break back up over the monthly pivot at 59.93, then this definitely has a shot. We could do the daily middle band from here again. We shall see. All right. One other thing to mention. There is one other bigger picture thing that is worth mentioning here, and that is on IWM. We've got a possible daily RSI 5 buy signal brewing. Now, I'm not sure it's the only one. and I'm not sure how seriously to take this, but nonetheless, it's worth noting. DAX, no current divergence, but could see a bit of a rally here. We will see. Nikkei is still is still pretty high and just made 40.3k. If we're going to see a retest of 42.4, I would be surprised to see that now. But it's always on the cards potentially. All right, let's just have a quick review again of all the dailies there. I'm pretty damn sure that we've got IWM as our only daily possible buy signal brewing. But let's check that again. SPX, yes. Qs, yes. Dow, yes. All right. We've only got IWM there. It is not much. It is not much to hang your hat on in terms of a retest of the high from here. But I am watching this double bottom here, sustained break over monthly pivot, and we've got a decent target up in about the 60-70 area. Daily middle band is there. It's not a bad target, and the first day of the year is typically a bullish one. We shall see. All right, DX. DX, we retested the high as expected. I've got to say, I've been going through the currency charts. If I've got time, I'm going to do a bigger picture on the dollar today. But I've got to say, there's an awful lot on the charts to suggest that we are going to see a turn back down on the dollar here. Although on the bigger picture, I am wondering about a retest of 114.75. But I have to say, I'd be giving that as maybe a 1 in 4. Looking at the charts with a fairly heavy lean towards failing here. If we see a lean here, then we can see a lean that basically see a decline that basically lasts all of next year. ZB, seeing a bit of a rally here. Not necessarily going to see any more. CL, this went up. It's gone to 70 to 84. It's broken over this high here. This is no longer a triangle consolidation, and it's looking as though this might be breaking up towards a retest of this high here. This is where the 200 DMA is, in the 76 and change area. I am wondering if we might see another test. Bigger picture, I'm still leaning towards the downside here, but there's always a chance it goes the other way. NG, pretty steep pullback from 4.2. We'll see how that goes, but I think we're overdue a rally. Overdue a pullback. We'll see how that goes, and we're back testing broken resistance at the moment. We're also back testing the new monthly pivot at 3.566. This may well hold, but you can see the broken resistance here. This is a good level for a back test if we're going higher. GC, if the dollar's going to fail here, then, well, metal's going to go up. So watching that with interest. This looks like a bear flag forming at the moment, setting up a retest this low. We'll see whether it is. SI, decent looking double bottom here. Not quite perfect. We didn't make a lower low here, but I am wondering about a sustained break up over 30.5, which could get us back up into about the 31.9 area. On HG, we broke down below we retested this low as I expected. We went lower, so we don't have a double bottom here, but we do have a little double bottom here. No positive divergence for it really, but I've got this nice looking little wedge which I'm wondering about, and this double bottom here could get us back into this wedge resistance in the 4.10 area. Break up from that, and we could be looking at a larger double bottom here. So again, it wouldn't be hard to see this reversing here. KC, we've actually got a daily RSI 14 sell signal now fixed, and keeping an open mind, I'm still expecting there to be a bit under this, and this still looks like a bull flag forming. SB may have opened lower prices, but in the short term, we've got a nice looking little double bottom here. This is actually it here. So watching to see if we're going to see a break up and a rally here. We are on a 60-minute buy signal. CC, is this a flag? We're keeping an open. I'm keeping an open mind on it. If it is a flag, it may not have finished forming. We could be looking at ABC and seeing another low first. ZW, I would expect the grains to do pretty well if the dollar turns here as well. We've got a potential bottoming setup here. We'll see. Corn has retested this high, possible second high of a double top, but there's no particular reason to think this is going to stop. We will see. Soy is broken up over declining resistance here. It's almost at the my trend line has moved overnight, which is always annoying. So we're almost at the possible trendline resistance here, but this is broken over declining resistance, and we may be seeing a significant reversal start here. Cotton still got a nice looking double bottom. This is actually the smaller of two, and the other one being a much larger double bottom. Watching this with interest. We could be looking at a low form here, and it could be in already. Lumber, still wondering about a retest of this low. Live cattle, probably heading back up into this high, and lean hogs. This looks like a bull flag megaphone forming, and it's quite a nice one. If that's the case, then we're likely on the way back up now. And it needs to break up over this declining resistance, which is in the 85 area. By the way, I've got, just to mention, I've got the new monthly pivots, and where appropriate, just Forex, I've got annual pivots on everything as well. So we will see. All right, for today, the key resistances here is at the monthly pivot at 59.93. If we see a sustained break up over it, I'd be looking for a target in about the 60, 70 to 75 area, which is a match with where the daily middle band is. So we'll see whether it can deliver it today. It's paused for the moment, but if we see that breaking, if we see the monthly pivot break and convert, I think that's doable. Could we be seeing a major reversal here? I'm doubtful. I'm still expecting to see a lower low under here in the next few days in all probability, but we'll see. It's but in the short term, this isn't a bad looking setup to see an extended rally, and the decision is being made now. All right, great. My pleasure as always, guys. And I will catch you guys tomorrow morning. All right, cheers.